Hey everybody, and welcome. This reading is for July 15th, 2018 through July 22nd, 2018. So today what we're going to look at is a couple things in the stars as well. Jupiter just went direct, so we're looking at expansion. So if you've been on a diet, you may be tempted to cheat just a little bit. And again, that's gonna that kind of influence of a planet is really based on where it is in your chart. So it really has to do with Jupiter itself, has to do with expansion, and also luck. So circumstances that before may have been kind of like, oh, I feel like I'm slogging through Jello, may be turning around for you. So let's take a look at, and I'm going to pull 3 cards for the week. So we're going to take a look at 3 different points of view, right? So we're going to look at our internal reality and go into our external reality. So I like to do a 3-card spread. So this week we're going to look at 3 of the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, and the first one is creation. And the chakra is actually around the side of the card, and I'll explain that in a moment. Instinct, it's a little hard to see. Instinct reversed, and then dissipating. It's hard to see the card. Let's see if I can get the card a better shot. There we go. Okay, so the dissipating card. A couple things I want to say right away is that when you're reading or when you're getting into a zone with reading, it's kind of like preparing yourself. So as I'm sitting into this and just dropping into this moment energetically, I'm looking at these cards, and immediately when you see the silver or the gray around the card, that's really a 7th chakra energy. And one of the things that can be misleading, particularly with the Chakra Wisdom cards, is that a lot of the teaching of chakra is 6 plus 1. And actually, a lot of the interpretations go from the blue 5th chakra to the 6th chakra, indigo, which is that 3rd eye. But we take it to put indigo and purple in this section, and then we take the neutrality of spirit, which is the 7th chakra, which is outside of our body. So when you look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, you will see that the 6th and 7th chakras are slightly different in how we look at them than you might be in the typical, chakra chart that you're seeing from our Western teachings. So that said, the first 2 cards here are both 7th chakra cards, which means that this is really about expanding who you are in the universe and really understanding that there may be a little while that you're on this journey alone. So a couple things I want to say about this, and I'm going to give you a reading for this week. And this is kind of an idea of how to look at what's going on for you for the week. So when we look at creation and we look at instinct, this is really the creation fable. All of these are based on the fables, the original fables that I channeled after a near-death experience. But let's look at it for you. So when we look at these 2 cards, 7th chakra cards reversed, one of the things we often look at in the Chakra Wisdom cards is the idea of reversals are breakthroughs. So this may mean we're breaking through with a creative undertaking right now. And one of the things that's interesting about the instinct card is it does imply you are going to be on the journey alone for a little while. Now, what that means in English, I'm going to put that down for a second, is that when we look at these 2 cards, when we look at instinct and we look at dissipating, there's almost a bridge between these 2. And one of the things that often happens, and I talk about this a lot, in that between the 2nd and 3rd chakra, 2nd and 3rd week of a class, of a course, of anything we've decided to undertake, there's going to be some kind of breakdown. Because that's often between the 2nd and 3rd chakra, the 2nd emotional chakra, going into our intuitive, I want to say instinctual thinking, planning, 3rd chakra. So when we look at the 2nd to the 3rd card here, okay, now we're looking at card positions. 2nd, dawn, what's dawning on you. 3rd, the light. Here's the issue that you're going to have to be mindful of this week so that you don't kind of like fall into a pattern of you're going really strong. You've got like that energy of like the muse has spoken to you and you're really breaking through. Maybe you've started a project that you're really digging and it's great. And then all of a sudden you recognize that part of the journey of being a creative or finding a new job or anything like that, that journey requires some solo time. And there may be in between these two cards, a dark night of the soul. So when we move from the second placement or chakra experience, really, second position to third position, we're really looking at what may happen emotionally in our breakdown. So a lot of times what happens is we'll say, yes, I'm so excited, right? So we look at creation. Ooh, exciting. Then our instinct. We are being guided. This is a great spirit card. There are 17 in the Chakra Wisdom card deck. This is one of them. That means this is a life-changing decision and movement forward. Here's the trap that may happen to you frequently in this pattern and how to shift it. What happens is, I don't know about you, but you get going, and all of a sudden you freeze. And you're like, okay, now what? And you start to panic, and this is where you make those many trips to the fridge. You start to tell everybody about your project. You start to dissipate your energy, and suddenly what you really intended to do becomes more of a conversation around it, and suddenly you're back watching TV, hanging out with the same old gang, doing nothing. And here's the way to break this. When you understand that you don't know what to do, that you're kind of in that dark night of the soul, when you're moving through something and I'm really, really lost, what you do is you breathe and you bring down light and you really say to yourself and to God and the creator, you just say, listen, I am lost here and I'm not sure what to do. And you just breathe and say, it's okay. And the reason that message is important for you this week is when we look at the instinct card, this is the Wolf of White Light. And basically the quote from the fable, the original fable says, if we were meant to go backwards, we would have eyes in the back of our head, which means keep going forward no matter how you feel. Even if you want to eat a ton of chocolate or you want to do something in excess to avoid what you need to do, sometimes just doing nothing is the best thing. And remember that dissipating energy means you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing and you know it, that supposed to be thing. So just say to yourself, you know what? I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to set it aside. I don't know what to do. Spirit, show me what to do, and allow a door to open up. A lot of times what I do is I always say, okay, God, I don't know what to do, and show me a billboard so I don't miss it. And so sometimes it's like I'm driving and I see this big billboard, exit now. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should get out of the project. So, what I'm saying is that Spirit will send you messages when you are willing to see them and not in panic. So the way to get out of panic is to put both feet firmly on the ground, bring that white light down from the heavens, ask Spirit for guidance. And whatever you do, when you ask to process things, ask that you get to process during the day and that you get to have very released and relaxed sleep. Because otherwise, sometimes we ask Spirit to help us process something and it's late at night. And I don't know about you, but that's like I'm up till 3 staring at the red letters on the clock. So this week, make sure that when you see yourself, if you will, wasting or dissipating energy that really could be used for a creative effort that you're looking to do, just be aware of it, be gentle with yourself, and just say, okay, Spirit, I don't know what to do. Show me what to do next, and you will be shown. And I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.